Damon Martin, MMA fighting, and I am here with the reigning, defending flyweight champion of the world, the best flyweight in the sport. Come on now, who are we kidding? Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you so much, Damon. Yes, it felt amazing. Training going very strong, like last 2 weeks, and we are in full of action.
Absolutely, absolutely. So last time we spoke, of course, was after your last win. Another dominant victory for you, and you just kind of keep rolling. I know right after that fight, you got to do some traveling, which I know you always love. And then this fight got announced for September. Were you happy with the timing for this fight?
Yes, of course. It's like after my last defense, and it was like no stop traveling. We travel all over. We had amazing trip in Washington State and Puget Sound, actually by boat, exploring like all marinas around. Like went to Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle, Port Ludlow. We went all the way, like the last port, like Port Townsend. Next is just Canada, and it was just amazing, like living on board, waking up in marinas surrounded by water, and it's kind of like lifetime experience. And also it's kind of like you have to learn to know about the boat, not only how to navigate it, but also about your engine, how to fix it if it's like small issue or something like that. It's so much new things that I was discovering like the last few months. And yeah, we get a notice about my next title defense for September 25 while we were there in Washington State on a boat. And we just started right away. Our training camp over there. So it's kind of like was working. We just, for example, we navigated to Seattle. We stopped in Marina of Seattle for like couple of days. We have some like friends in there, like Ivan Salaverry gym, where we train with some guys. So we trained there, then we went to other port. We went like to different gyms. So like find like more people who was involved in this training process. And also we train like on the nature. I was like every time like looking at park or some like national reserve or something like that where we can train and just be like on the nature workout. So it was amazing. The first start for the training camp by itself, it was great. Then we came back to Las Vegas, where we already a couple of weeks having hard trainings, like final line leading to the fight. And it's amazing, like everything what we are having right now. So every day training very strong, very hard, pushing myself to the limit to be ready for the final day.
Yeah, it's funny when the fight got announced, I reached out to your manager and I was like, I'm always excited to talk to you before your fights. And she said, yeah, Valentina is living on a boat right now. She's living on a boat out in Washington right now. And you kind of get cut off from the world, right? Like I know you have your phone and I'm sure you could do things like that, but like, is it nice to just kind of get disconnected from everything and just like enjoy nature, enjoy training, and not be connected to your phone, not be connected to the internet? Like I know you love to travel, but like that would probably be even a different experience. I imagine you're kind of cut off from everything out there.
Oh no, you are not. You are like still, because Puget Sound, you are not too far from the shores. Yeah, it's kind of like you every time surrounded by the earth, right? So it's not that far. You every time you kind of like have connection, so you are not lost at all. But it's totally different feeling. It's definitely I cannot say it's like be too much a part of the like all interaction with the people, because actually more I had to interact with the people even more, because when you are like you're planning your trip, you have to know what how far you can go, where you have to put like more fuel. Our boat is a motorboat, so we have to know exactly how far we can go, what's the next marina, and if we are staying overnight, I have to make reservations for the like then going to the office, like speaking with the people. And yeah, you're surrounded when you are staying overnight, you're surrounded by other boats. And it's so nice to speak with people who are like traveling the same style as we are, and even they are having it like a lifestyle, doing it for like many years already. Everyone has like different boats, different type of engine, different like some motorboats, some sailboats, and it's so interesting to speak with them because it's kind of like they are saying, speaking about their experience, how they was like doing like some amazing trip, what they were doing. We are saying about our experience, and it's so much interesting. It's so different. It's like not disconnecting from the world, but it's having a different view to the life what people can have, and it's kind of like very different from fighters usually have, very different from like other people have. It's just like unique lifestyle what like people having like when they are riding boat.
Yeah. Now I know your sister got her pilot's license not that long ago. You were out there staying on the boat. When are we going to start calling you Captain Valentina Shevchenko? Like, when are you gonna get your own boat and like maybe travel across the world? Like maybe one day when fighting's over? Because I feel like Captain Valentina Shevchenko has a ring to it.
You can call me right now because I'm already, but I have my motorboat, but in the my projects for the future to have sailboats, to have to be able just travel a little bit further, because yeah, definitely with motorboat you have to know about your capacity fuel tank of the operate, but with the sailboat, yeah, you are able to navigate further, but you at the same time you have to know way much more information about navigation, about all this stuff, about weather. Even now, for example, in Puget Sound, for you just cannot like take your boat and go. No, it's all about like um, currents. What a speed, what a good time for like pacing this passage. Is it a good time of a day goes there, or it's a bad time? It's like currents, about flood when the water like raise, where's the water down, and it's so much factors that you have really to know. It's not the same what you, for example, to the when people go with a small boat on a small lakes. It's actually like you just go there and play around. But actually, when you are traveling with a boat, you have to know way much more, because for example, you can you can put yourself in the position where the current is strong enough, and for example your boat, it's not the speed boat what is like running like I don't know 50 miles per hour, because our boat, it's like a trawler boat, cabin boat. It's very beautiful and cute boat, but it's kind of like it's giving this like nice pass, but without super crazy speeds, and you have to actually know about the current power and what is that, because sometimes you have your like you go against the current and your speed of a boat, it's not like speed enough, and you have to pass this like I don't know just a few miles for like I don't know for 5 hours. So you have to measure very good your time when you're planning to travel somewhere.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Yeah, one day sailing. Sailing, I know, is a whole other animal, and sailing always looks really fun. And that's what you would be doing if you wanted to, like, literally, like, sail around the world. You would have to sail around the world. But maybe one day you'll get the sailing as well.
Yes, it's not maybe, it's definitely gonna happen, because this is like starting from this one when I started, because it's kind of like, oh, I didn't realize I have all this sun on me, like covering. I probably will close it to make my face more even. No, it doesn't work. I better move myself a bit. I didn't realize it all.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, sailing sounds like it'll be fun. So it will happen one day. You will be a sailor.
Yeah, and speaking about my sister, she got her pilot license a while ago as a private pilot. But what she got like a few months ago, it was commercial license. Commercial license, it means that she can actually work as a pilot right now. And also, she's she's part of Civil Air Patrol when she is learning, teaching cadets how to fly their first step like introduction of the flight world. And this is what she was doing this summer. She had cadets, they had a kind of like training camp when they do like different stuff with the civil air patrol, like learning. And for 10 days she was there, like flying cadets all over. But and also she made amazing trip. She flew with her plane from Las Vegas all the way to Florida. It took about how many days, 4 or 5 days, and she was stopping in like small airports, sometimes even sleeping in FBO. Like it was an amazing experience, very wild, but it's kind of like flying in different type of weather. Where, for example, here Las Vegas, summertime, so much heat, the air so like unstable during the all this hot weather. And then we are like she was flying over the Texas, Florida, where we have like a lot of thunderstorms, so much winds, so much different like lightnings and everything. So it's kind of like you definitely have to know weather where you're flying. And it's like sometimes she was flying IFR, EFR, VFR. So it's like sometimes through the all the clouds, and it was like an amazing trip, a lot of experience for her. She's enjoying your her like flight days a lot.
I love it. I love it. Valentina, we talk so much about fighting, and obviously fighting is your career. You're the champion, all these kind of things. But we hear all the time, over time, fighters talk about burning out. Fighters talk about, just kind of going through the motions of training camps and, just kind of getting, I won't say bored. Bored's the wrong word, but just getting, it just gets to you. When your focus is 24/7 on fighting, just kind of eats away at you. You're always doing different things. I saw you're always at the gun range. I saw you were doing that on Instagram, always traveling. Do you feel like that helps keep you rejuvenated? Because you love fighting, you love being a champion, but you have so many other things going on that it never feels like you only have fighting going on in your life. Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what, like, if I say about myself, how many percent of myself is the fighter, and how many other the fighter, it's gonna be the most, because number one, I'm fighter, I'm martial artist, but I would say mostly people burn out. It's if they don't have enough time in martial arts. Maybe they started, for example, a few years ago, they reached like good success, and they do it for like, I don't know, 7-10 years maybe. They just like have so much experience about durability in this sport, how it works, everything. But in my case, I started martial arts like a long time ago, when I was 5 years old. So how many years now? It's kind of like 27, 28 years what I'm doing, practicing martial arts. And definitely it's not just 2-3 years. It's mostly like fighters, they don't have this age. So how many years I do martial arts, if we are speaking about modern fighters,
yeah,
like recent boys and girls. But it's kind of like all experience what teach you that you have to you have to be open to explore something interesting in your life. You just cannot like sit and like train 20 times a day, because it's better have one very good training session a day, and then have a little bit like free time to learn something else, to complete yourself as a person. This is, I think, very important, to be like complete as a person, not like a martial artist only, but like in general, to have more view on the life, how how life like working, how world is working. And this is, I think it's very important, because if you are just thinking about training, you definitely cannot survive this rhythm for a long time, because our body, it's not a machine. It's kind of like, yes, it's machine, but it's not a machine.
Absolutely.
Burn out. It all depends how you wear it. If you wear it carefully, knowing what is a good time to put pressure, what is a good time to lose a little bit, it's gonna last for you longer. But sometimes, like people with less experience, they just wear this machine too hard, and it's just in the middle, it's just break, and this is it. And this
Yeah.
is a course that you cannot fix it. Once it's break, it's break. You have to prevent the breakage.
Absolutely, absolutely. To that point, Valentina, one thing I know I bring this up in like every interview we do, but obviously you've been such a dominant champion that, you've been a massive favorite in most of your title defenses. And some people would say, well, does it get, are you getting tired of not having a certain kind of competition or people to challenge you? And I feel like you've always had this attitude of it doesn't matter to you who it is. It doesn't matter what their name is, what their record is. You're going to prepare for Lauren Murphy the same way you prepared for Jessica Andrade in terms of your intensity and your preparation, because at the end of the day, it's about your journey, your martial arts journey, not necessarily about your opponent. But do you think that that helps you, that attitude? Because once again, going into this fight, I know you have the absolute utmost respect for Lauren Murphy, but you're going to be a big favorite. A lot of people are going to, most people are going to pick you to win. Most people expect you to win. But I don't feel like you ever lose sight of what this championship means to you or what danger Lauren brings into the fight. I feel like you are very even. You treat every opponent the same. And I think that's a big part of what's made you such a dominant champion. Am I right?
You say everything very right, and every single word. And the most important, I think, it's like, as I'm saying all the time, yeah, when you're preparing for the fight and you have certain, like, you imagine your opponent, you study her best sides, like worst sides, and you are kind of like looking at. You have to find the balance, because if you're starting to think less about your opponent, it's not good, because you are losing your hardness in trainings. But in the same time, if you are thinking too much about your opponents, that, oh no, I have to train, I have to go this, go there, go that, it's kind of like put you in the position when you are like stuck, and you are like become a slave from your own thoughts, and it's restrict yourself in terms of how you can perform inside of the octagon. So you have to find the golden middle. And this is the most important. If you know exactly how to motivate yourself, how to what you have to do on the training, how hard you have to train, respect your opponent, but never overestimate. No, because it's not good the same way as it underestimate. So it has to be golden level. Right. And it's exactly very right. I will prepare myself for each single fight the best I can. And, it's everyone is helping me to maintain this attitude. It's definitely me, myself. I will try to do everything to feel this hunger, to feel like that I have to do strong trainings or whatever. But the same way, my team, what surrounded me, my people, my coach, my sister, they also watching me. And if something wrong, and they can see some it's going toward to wrong side, my attitude, they kind of with 2-3 words, they're gonna tell it to me, and I understand I have to make something, I have to do something to prevent the bad results. This is what I kind of try to do every single time, starting over the preparation. So it's kind of okay, I won the fight, it's all good, I continue my championship, I still the champion, but leading to the new fight, having new preparation, I starting all over. And it's kind of yes, I know my good power, I know everything, but I put myself in the position when I actually train the same way as I did years ago.
Yeah. To that point, let me ask you, Valentina, what do you think of Lauren Murphy? I mean, again, I know your journey's about your training and your preparation, but obviously I'm sure your coaches and your teammates are doing things specifically to get you ready for Lauren. So what have you thought of Lauren? Obviously she's on a good win streak right now. She's been around the sport for a long time, good ground game. You know all these kind of things, but what do you think of Lauren?
Oh, yes, and this competition level, when we are speaking about top fighters, there is no something like, okay, she's weak there, she's weak there. Here, like top opponents, they are strong everywhere. And it's kind of like expecting someone. It's not strong enough. It's like it's silly. It's so silly because they are strong everywhere. Yes, they have good grappling. They have good stand-up game. But and speaking about Lauren particularly, she is strong, tough opponent, complete MMA fighter, and she's kind of like she don't care about like what is happening all around. She's focusing on her preparation. But as you say very right, it's all about not about her. It's I know exactly what she is, what she can bring into the fight, what she can do, and I know exactly who I am, what I can do, and this is the most important. I work on my speed, I work on my power, I work like all experience what I have. It's everything combining together, making me who I am, and no way I gonna lose it because it's my power. It's everything what bring me the victory.
Absolutely. I'm curious, Valentina, right now your only focus, I imagine, is just defending your title and beating Lauren Murphy in September. But that being said, you are starting to put together a pretty impressive resume in terms of title defenses, in terms of what you've done in this division. Do you have long-term goals? Like, do you think about things like, you want to break the all-time record for title defenses, which is Demetrius Johnson, of course, and Anderson Silva right behind him? Like, is that a goal you think about saying, hey, I want to do that? Is it, we know, again, you could at some point decide you want to test yourself at bantamweight again, although right now I don't really see any reason you need to. Obviously, you're a dominant champion in your own weight class, but what kind of goals do you have for yourself, considering the run you're on right now?
My ultimate goal is live the life what I like having right now, enjoying every single moment, enjoying my journey. I don't put this kind of goals because I don't see any sense in these goals, because it's like, okay, you will defend 10 times, 20 times, and what? And what? Is it really a goal? No, it's not a goal at all. The goal is to love what you are doing, to continue like experience the best feeling ever from what you are doing. This is the goal, to enjoy every single moment, to enjoy your life, to enjoy your trip, to getting like learning some new things about the life, about the martial arts, about everything. This is the goal for the life. This is the goal for the life. To continue your legacy as a fighter. Yes, this is a goal, to bring to every single fight the best version of you. This is the goal, definitely, yes. But kind of like putting numbers or like to have competition, who is the better fighter? Me? No, you are the better fighter. Who is the GOAT? Me, not you. And it's like, it's all, I don't know. It's kind of like someone will say, oh yes, he is the GOAT. Someone will say, no, he is the GOAT. And by as I see, it's more than direction. It's like, however you wait, you're gonna be the GOAT. Not only about lightweights, like they are the GOATs. Like, no, the heavier you are, more chances you have to be a GOAT.
Yeah. And I imagine it's the same conversation with like the whole like pound for pound debate. Like, what does it really matter, right? Like that, somebody says you're pound for pound best fighter in the sport, great. But does it really change much in terms of who you are going in and preparing for your fight? That really doesn't matter, right?
Exactly. It doesn't matter anything. They only matter. It's like be loyal to your principles. This is, I think, the what is really matter for a person. For it's really matter for a fighter, and it's like not like, for example, many fighters, they are kind of like, they are okay. I don't have too much my strong like vision, and I will see what people say, and I will say the same. Then people start to say the different like direction, and they are like, okay, I will say another. So you cannot trust these people because they don't have their internal like cables, like something secure. You cannot trust these people actually, but you have to have your opinion and follow the opinion. That definitely, more you know about life, the opinion can change. More you know about people, opinion can change, but still it's kind of like it can change a little bit, but not all the way 180, like totally around, right? And this is, I think, the most important, that people who you work with really can trust you. And I mean, like, if they can rely on you, they can say, okay, this person I can really trust and rely, because if she say she will do it, no matter what, no matter paper, no matter anything, she will do it because she said. And this is, I think, the most important for a person, for anyone. And I think it's kind of like obvious, and people just have to realize it someday.
Yeah. All that other stuff can also be a distraction. You know, I always joke with you when we do our interviews. I always say, aren't you proud of me, Valentina? I did mention Amanda Nunes once. I always laugh about that because at the end of the day, that kind of stuff doesn't matter. You're fighting Lauren Murphy, you're at flyweight, all these things. The GOAT debate, you just kind of jokingly, you know, talk about the GOAT debate, the pound for pound debate. These are all things that are just a distraction, right? At the end of the day, it's your journey, it's your training, it's your preparation. Lauren Murphy's who you're fighting. All the other stuff doesn't really matter.
Also, it's not matter at all. Yes, it's all about yourself and what you want to show the people, the world, to yourself and who you are. Definitely, it's about your journey, about your own life. And it's kind of like, I'm not the person who's gonna like gonna win the fight and say, oh, please put me like a pound per pound per number one person. I think it's kind of like low. You cannot do it like asking. I know if you're not asking, people sometimes not given to you, you have to ask sometimes, but I feel it's kind of like not my style. If it's gonna be recognized one day, it's great, but if not, I will continue my life, my journey to like be peaceful with myself, with my inner myself, right? But without this thing, oh, please put me the account, like I want this much for title defenses, I want that much, put me pound per pound number one. I think it's kind of like not like not good.
Yeah. Before I get you out of here, Valentina, obviously your focus is your fight, but I know another exciting event is coming up very soon for you, and that is your film debut is finally coming. Your film with Halle Berry. We've talked about this for a while now. Your film with Halle Berry is finally coming out with Bruised. Now, we've talked about this, the filming and the relationship you built with Halle since that movie, but I need you to tell me the story of those first couple of scenes, because I know Halle's talked about it publicly, about she actually got injured, like doing training and doing fighting in the cage because you guys had to make it look real. And I know she's like, she's praised you left, right, and center, talking about what a great person you were to work with. But can you kind of give me like the story of like training with Halle and like actually like what she had to go through to get ready? Because she talked like she broke her ribs. She said, yeah, like she had to go through some serious training and serious stuff to get that film made.
If you're speaking about training, she went not only like just a few months for this movie. She went all like this training for a couple of years. She was trained like 3 or 4 years. She was trained Muay Thai. She was trained Jiu-Jitsu. She did a lot of preparation even before the movie started to like be kind of like real. That's why about her toughness, I can say a lot, because we were training like leading to the actually filming days. We were training in New York for about 2 months, and every single day we was working for like 5 hours straight, no rest. working like different combinations, striking, punching, everything. And yeah, she was doing like the same way as every man. No resting, no like saying anything, just do it. And it's kind of like you have to make it like not only looks real, you have to actually do it real. But the tiny line, what it's like different between real fight and I mean fight and movie fights, that you have to work with your partner to feel each other. You have to feel each other for make her confidence that it looks you are throwing your whole power, but she has to know that you're never gonna damage her. But definitely when it's like filming days, it's kind of like we were working for I don't know how many hours, 12 hours straight, like doing all the sequences, and everyone was tired, and definitely it was like a lot of pressure, physical pressure. And definitely when you are tired, this is when all injuries when happening. It's because you are cannot like defend the same way what you have to. And this is it's the same everywhere in the like trainings, in the when you're preparing for the fight. When you are tired, very tired, it's kind of like more chances you gonna be like kind of injury. And yeah, we did real sparring. We did like real like training for these for the fight scenes in the movie. And yeah, it was amazing experience working with her, because it's kind of like I every time appreciate a lot when we are for example, when you're working with someone. For me, the number one, it's relationship. If you are if you are feeling good inside the team, it's like you are not feeling pressure, you are comfortable with the people. It's the most important. This is what I'm trying to when people work with me, I want they are feeling comfortable. They are like not feeling that have to like put a lot of I don't know how to explain it, pressure, or like say many words. I just trying to like to do the best what I can without like any like putting some problems, because I know many people, they like to bring problems into the business. But
Absolutely.
I don't like
Now, be honest, Valentina. When you're doing a movie, you want to make it look real, but you don't really want to hit each other. Like you're trying not to like actually like do Jessica Eye. You don't want to like head kick her when you actually throw a head kick.
yeah,
But
you can't, because when you're doing movie, you have to repeat the fight sequences for I don't know 10, 20 times, and imagine like hitting like every time with the full power. It's not gonna work.
yeah. So, but be honest. Now, you train with Halle. Does she have punching power? Be honest. Did she? Because you train with her.
I honest, and I say she has a lot of power, and she has a lot of flexibility, and she's catching techniques very quick, very fast, and she has everything. She has everything for like being a fighter.
Yeah, if she hadn't chosen acting, maybe she could have been a UFC fan. She's a big fan. I know she's a big UFC fan.
I don't know if she's interested in this.
Well, the movie's coming out in November. I know you're excited because it's been a long time waiting to see it. Are you excited or nervous to see yourself on screen?
Nervous? No, definitely no, because it's kind of like what we did. I saw myself on screen, how I look there. It's kind of angry, like a lot of like fury in there. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see the full movie, because I know what it's about, but I never see it like complete when it's already edited and ready to see it. But yeah, definitely, I'm very excited.